Hey yo, what is up? The Vipera is here. Tier 8 tank destroyer from the Italian tank destroyer, new tank destroyer line, and this is the premium version of it. Of course, you've heard the news about how overpowered the tier 10 tank is on the test server. This is no different. This is a very strong tank in tier 8. In fact, it's a tank destroyer, but it doesn't play like a tank destroyer. In fact, you should play it just like a heavy tank with a single shot. This is an auto loader with 5 shells that fires every 6 seconds. But don't play it like an auto loader. Don't play it like a tank destroyer. Play it like a heavy tank that reloads every 6 seconds, and after that you take a break, and for 34 seconds you reload your drum again, and then you're ready to go. You're good to go again. The thing about this tank is most people that played the test servers, the tier 10 tank destroyers, have already figured out that this line of tanks, these lines of tanks, the Italian tank destroyer line, was going to be kind of broken, and it is, and it's going to completely change the landscape. It's going to completely change how your games are going to be played from now onwards. Because these tanks are so strong, a lot of people are going to play them, whether the Tech 3 versions or the premium versions. They're just going to be very popular tanks because they have very strong frontal armor. In fact, their only weak point is the lower plate. In fact, not the lower plate, the lower plate, which is like just a slither, pretty difficult to hit. You're going to see in a minute soon, and you can see how aggressive this guy is. This is the highest damage output that I could find uploaded on what replays. I'm sure there's going to be more, but this is only the first day, and this is a very high output gameplay. And you can see him doing damage to the other Vipera on the enemy team, and he had to shoot the lower plate in order to get any kind of damage. 400 alpha damage. Basically, if you clip out your enemy, that's 2000 damage. The gun isn't that great. It is a typical heavy tank kind of gun, kind of derpy, not very great accuracy, not very great aiming time, very poor moving dispersions, very poor overall dispersions. So you have to be like fighting face to face basically, and you know, in close distances, that's when this gun and this tank will shine, because you use a combination of the armor and the gun to overpower your enemy. You can see him here, even he's got side shots, and he's going to bounce a couple. He shoots the frontal armor instead of the 3/4 armor, and he bounces that shot, and now he finally makes a penetrating shot right on the side of the tank. That is about the only part where the tank is going to be fairly weak. This tank, you really need to play with some kind of mobility buff and gun improvement buff. A lot of people are playing it with turbo, and hardening seems to be the fixed equipment, and I second this because I feel like you do need a turbo. It's fairly slow and cumbersome. Turbo helps it out a lot. Hardening just gives you another 130 hit points, which I can say it does help a little bit towards the end of the game. And I feel like if you're running hardening equipment, it is kind of useful, because this tank is kind of like a brawler, a face-to-face pushing tank. You are fighting together with the heavies or in front of the heavies, so you're going to be using your armor a lot. So I am not opposed to running a hardening equipment. And your final equipment, a lot of people are running either vents, improved aim, or improved rotation mechanics. All three are pretty good. I did try this tank with improved aim and improved rotation mechanics, and although the gun handling improved a lot, but because of the way this tank plays, you are fighting mostly close and medium distances, so you're not going to be sniping from a distance very often. So you could see why a lot of people, most people, do not run an improved aim equipment with this, because you don't really need an improved aim unless you're like firing from a distance, which you are not going to be doing very often in a tank like this. In fact, you are just going to be right out in front and you know, being as aggressive as possible. This is just how the tank is played, and you know, I don't know what to say. We're gonna see as time goes by how this tank is going to change the landscape of the game, the way this game is played. The Italian TD lines is just, I suppose a lot of people are going to pick this tank to play, even you know, even if they finish grinding it, just because this tank is going to be fairly dominant. You're gonna see a lot of them for the time being anyway, because it's new. There's going to be a lot of people playing this tank, and over time a lot of people are still going to play this tank because it is a strong tank. If you know, you need that wins, you need to be aggressive, you want to have a good survivability, this is the tank to play. This is the meta. This is going to be a very dominant tank for, you know, the foreseeable future. And you know, I can't tell Wargaming what to do. A lot of people already voiced their opinion on how broken this tank is going to be, and how, you know, it's just, in my experience, I don't feel like this tank is, you know, super fun to play. It does not have a lot of mobility. You're just using your armor and you're hitting the W key and you're going forward is basically what you are doing. You know, 80-90% of the time you're just pushing as hard as you can, find a hull down, try to protect your lower plate, and try to be aggressive that way. You know, for me, I like the medium tank, light tank kind of gameplay, where you need to flex around the map, use your mobility, use your vision, use your stealth, your camo if you have any, and that's how I enjoy this game. But for those of you who likes heavy tank gameplay, close quarters, pushing a corridor, this could be the tank for you. This is an ace tanker with over 7,500 damage, the highest damage I've seen or uploaded on What Replay so far. And yeah, over 110,000 credits profited. This is firing 100% goal on a losing game. So pretty strong tank, pretty good credit earner. So if you're interested in this tank, it's up for sale right now. Thanks for watching. Hope you got some useful information on this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.